Hello and welcome to Craftiosity, where creativity comes to you, with monthly craft kits delivered to your door. This month, you'll create a flock of Swift's artwork piece, a perfect addition to your home. You'll use varied paint and layering techniques to create a decorative art piece for your wall. Inside your kit, you'll find your bird template, a set of 8-colored acrylic paints, a bottle of white acrylic paint, a paintbrush, a foam block, some sticky foam pads, a self-adhesive hook, a wooden plaque, a piece of gold leaf, and 4 sheets of white card. You'll also find your step-by-step photo instructions and a little something for your pin board. Use your large bottle of white acrylic paint to paint your wooden block. We painted the edges of our block as well as the front face, just to finish it off nicely. Ensure you've applied a thin, even layer of the paint and allow to dry. You may need to apply extra paint to any dark areas of the wood to cover it. Next, paint your background color onto the wooden block using your tubes of acrylic paint. We suggest you choose a background color that your birds will stand out against. We chose shades of blue to bring out the colors of the birds. Add in streaks of white and different shades of your chosen color to add dimension. Next, take one of your sheets of card. You are going to use different paint colors and techniques to create collaged sheets to cut your bird shapes out of. Start by mixing up the first paint color you'd like to use. Mix small amounts in different shades. We used colors that would mimic the sky at sunset. Oranges, yellows, pinks, and purples. Play with the consistency of your paint and how you apply it. We will show you different techniques to try. Use a wet brush and small amounts of paint to create thin washes of color that are almost translucent. Alternatively, use a dry brush and thick amounts of paint to dab on splodges of color that are raised from your sheet of card. Paint using the dirty brush technique to bring in lots of color and depth to your piece. Dip your brush into several different colors before painting onto your sheet, so you end up with streaks of colors that are blended. Try alternating the direction of your brush strokes to add further texture. Use your foam block to add texture and layer colors within your piece. Dip the foam piece into your chosen paint color, then dab onto your sheet. Experiment with using more paint or less paint, as well as using multiple paint colors on the foam at the same time. Cut a small piece of cardboard from your Craftiosity box. Dip the edge of the cardboard into your paint and use this to print lines onto your painted sheets. You can also create a different texture by wrapping string or yarn around the cardboard, then using this to print a pattern. Use your brush and a contrasting paint color to paint patterns onto your sheet. Experiment with patterns such as darts, dashes, lines, and squiggles, but keep the patterns small scale, as your bird shapes are quite small. Overlap your lines, add a second pattern in a different color. Don't be afraid to experiment. Paint a thin layer of acrylic paint where you'd like to add gold leaf as a finishing touch. While the paint is still wet, carefully tear off a piece of gold leaf slightly larger than the painted area. Gently pat the gold leaf down so it sticks to the paint. Leave it to dry, then brush off the excess gold leaf with a dry paint brush. Once your painted sheets are completely dry, you can start cutting out bird shapes from them. Carefully cut out the swallows from the template provided. Place the templates onto your painted sheets, choosing sections of the sheet that are particularly interesting. Now draw around the birds with a pencil, then cut out. Arrange your painted birds onto the wooden piece. We created a swoop with smaller birds at the back and larger birds in the front. This gives the art depth. Use the sticky foam tabs to attach your birds to the wood piece and raise them off the background slightly. Stack multiple pads on top of each other if you would like to raise them more. Cut out the smallest solid-colored birds and draw around these onto your background. Paint the birds darker to create the illusion that they are far away. Now add your hanging tab. Peel off the backing, fold over and attach to the back of your piece, ensuring it's centered and not visible from the front. Well done! Your flock of swifts artwork is complete. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we look forward to welcoming you to the next craft kit project next month.